Yo, what's up, JellyCrewGaming? It's got Darkside here, and we have reached our sub goal of 750 subs. Thanks for all the love and support, guys. For that, we are having a giveaway. Make sure you leave a like, you comment, and subscribe in the comment section below. Mention what class and what subclass you'll be rocking in Destiny 2 to be registered for this giveaway. All right, let's get into the video. Thanks for watching, as always. Yo, what is up, guys? Got Darkside here from JellyCrewGaming, back with another video. This time on Jelly Thoughts for the beta. Here with my co-host Masaru18. How's it going, man?
Hey, good. How's it going with you?
Going good, going good. Been playing a ton of beta. What are your thoughts so far about it?
We played a lot of beta.
A ton.
And, and I really enjoyed it. It was really limited content, but the content that was there, it kind of for me like showed what Destiny 2, the direction it was moving in, and I really like the homecoming mission where you can kind of see more of like the storyline than Destiny 1. Of course, the inverted spire strike was awesome, and then you have to talk about the two PvP modes.
Oh, so much fun, right?
Yeah, those modes are so much fun.
Yeah, surprisingly from Destiny 1, you know, it got kind of stale after a while, but man, these two, like PvP overall just feels so good. But before we get into that, you know, let's talk about that, you know, that story mission, Homecoming. I mean, off the bat, you know, we get that cool cutscene that we saw at the Dre build, but then we got that new cutscene where it's your Nolan bot and yourself, the Guardian, you know, flying to the tower, and then, you know, your ghost is just like, oh no, the tower's in trouble, we gotta hurry, you know. And then right off the bat, it just starts off on such a good note. You know, great cinematics. Plus, you get to do a lot of cool interactions with, you know, these vanguards that were so like, it made them seem so important in the first game, but it was very lackluster because you never really see them do what, you know, because they're supposed to be legendary, right? But you never get to see them do anything. But we finally get to see them in action. I mean, it was so cool, you know.
Yeah, see them in action.
I mean, like right off the bat, you know, the door opens. Oh, there's Cade. He's like, oh, hold on 1 second. Boom, golden gun. It kills 3 Cabals. The next he sees Zavala. He's like, yo, get into my bubble. Missiles are coming. And then after that, you know, the speaker gets kidnapped or killed. We don't know yet. And then Ikor just gets pissed and just throws a Nova Bomb because a bunch of Cabal. And then he sees another ship and magically whips off another Nova Bomb. It's almost like she had the, you know, the Daybreak, you know, modifier for Nightfalls. Nova Bomb. You get a Nova Bomb. I'm pissed.
Everybody gets a Nova
Everyone
Bomb.
gets a Nova Bomb. Look under your seats. You get a Nova Bomb. Oh, but it was so cool to see all that, you know. And plus, yeah, the overall, like, the pacing of the game was good. Very dynamic, you know, rain going to your face. There was another cutscene, and then we finally got to see the whole cutscene with Ghaul.
Ghaul, let's see. I know he takes your light, man. Oh,
He takes your light, man.
oh,
You better watch about that Ghaul over there. He takes your light, man.
he takes a light. He takes a ghost, and then he pretty much karate kicks you off of the
Karate kicks you up. What the hell?
Then you go falling.
There you go, falling. But yeah, I mean, Ghaul was cool, you know. I mean, out of all the villains, you know, you fight like hive gods, you know, the son of a hive god, machine war priest god, and like all these other, like, really, they make them seem so epic, right? But you never hear a lot of dialogue from them, so it's not as impactful. But man, off the bat, it's like once you see that whole scene, you know, you see Ghaul activate his device, and it just takes away your light. You see your body, you know, like, you lose that light energy, then your ghost like turns off on you, and man, it just hits you like, oh, not my ghost. Don't do that to my ghost. And then you just see your guardian like reach out, you know, because he's like, he or she's trying to, desperation, trying to like protect. He's like, oh, I need my ghost. And then ghost just, I mean, a Ghaul just kicks you across, and then you drop your ghost off the ship. Oh man, it was like, it was starting to just poke away at you, you know. It's just like, oh man, I want to kick this guy's ass so badly, you know.
But you're so powerless against.
But we're so powerless right now. But like, it's so cool, you know. We got such a brief, you know, intro to what Destiny 2 storytelling is gonna be like. But man, off the bat, it's just so good. It really draws you in from the very first mission. Like, you have motivation to, like, I need to kick this guy's ass. I need to play the story. I need to get my light back. I need to find my ghost. I need to save the Vanguard, and I need to kick this guy's ass.
Yeah, I mean, it really sets the tone for how, like, the story's gonna progress. It shows like you're powerless and you need to get stronger.
Gotta get those roids, man. You gotta find them.
Oh man, I have no idea. Just.
But I mean, the story's gonna be great, And then we got to play an awesome strike, inverted spire. Let's just say this off the bat. That strike alone is longer than Crota's End. Let's be real.
It is. It is. It's a lot longer.
It can also be difficult too. I mean, there's some fire teams that'll take longer than others. I would say the average is like maybe 30 to 45 minutes. But there was a stream when Masaru himself was streaming, and it took him an hour and 15 minutes to complete this strike.
No ways. That's because we joined midway through. Someone was in there for like, I don't even know how long, but I can't.
An hour 15.
I can imagine him being in there for an hour 15 minutes.
But essentially, Masaru went in with like 2 randos, well, 1 rando, and it really shows you like how they're raising the difficulty. I mean, even the story mission, you die a lot, and in that strike, you can actually die pretty easily.
Yeah, you can. It's a lot more difficult. It seems like you're way more vulnerable, and your supers are like super slow to.
Your supers are supers, man.
They are supers. They're like something super special.
But they take a while to charge.
They take a while to charge. I mean, they're really helpful. They play really nicely within the game. But I think a little bit more faster recharge rate would help out significantly, especially those kind of starting off. I mean, we played Destiny before, and even Destiny 2 is kind of like they raise the bar of difficulty that much higher,
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So I can only imagine beginners that start off and they come in here.
Like just starting Destiny 2, right?
Time, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh wow, the supers they don't do as much, or I don't really get it often.
Or they might be used to it, like we might be used to the supers being
maybe
super
you're right.
So like
we've just been spoiled in Destiny 1.
Yeah, it could be us too, or me at least. But,
yeah, you're right though. You're right. So what about those? So give your honest thoughts. PvP. Go ahead.
Oh, PvP. Well, you see, as you guys probably know, D1 I did not play much PvP. But I don't know, Destiny 2. A lot of people are complaining about it, but I really like how Destiny 2's PvP plays. You need a lot of team shots, a lot of coordination, and a lot of teamwork. Like I don't know, that alone just helps the game out so much for me, anyways.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it really feels like it's going more to that competitive side in a PvP game. Like it actually feels competitive. Similar to like an Overwatch or like a ranked mode. Where
it feels like a lot more strategies involved.
Exactly, a lot more strategies. You don't just cluelessly fly through the map. Just shoot your gun, get random kills and stuff like that. It's like you need to strategically place yourself, cover certain corners, work with somebody else to get like these, team shots, as Masaru was saying, and then to really kill people. Because 1v1s, it can be kind of tricky, it's kind of skillful who will win that exchange, but like 2v1, it's, without a doubt, the team shots are always going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, especially with how like nade damage has been reduced, melee damage has been reduced. You pretty much will only get your super to the very end, so it's really about using primaries and sometimes power ammo. I mean, they're really good, but it's always about those double primaries now.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference. And I thought I wouldn't like the grenades and the punches because I was like a huge grenade and punch king.
No, let's just be honest, guys, real quick. The cancer meta that Destiny 1 lives in right now, this is the meta that Masaru was bred for. I mean, since the beginning of Destiny, he's been punch first, shoot later, or throw a fusion grenade, shoot later kind of guy.
I would always do that. So I was really nervous about D2, how I would play it, but I really enjoy it. I think they did a lot of great changes that keep it kind of like more interesting, like strategy and all of that, like we discussed about earlier.
Oh, I mean, you want to give the people like for example a strategy that we like to do in the beginning of Control for the new map.
We can't give that strategy away. Come on.
What's a really good strategy? Typically, me and Masaru will two man. We'll run to the opposite flag, and then we'll like cap that flag. And then as the team is trying to get to the B flag, so right off the bat, you already have two flags. And as a team, maybe they get the B flag, maybe they don't. But if they do get it, now they're trying to go back to their home base. And as they do that, now we're going for B. So it's like a game of cat and mouse. We're always ahead. But that's the kind of strategy that Destiny 1 didn't really have before.
Exactly. That's what pretty much changed the game.
I mean, yeah, like not only that, but also the time to kills have been increased. Typically they were like at area of 0.77 seconds, but now they're like an average of like 1 like 1.15, 1.12 or 1.2. So that increased, and then yeah, I mean pretty much everything takes like either one more burst or one more shot to get that kill now. So now it's like you have to be on top of your game that much more longer. You have to be more focused. You really have to work with team. Communication is super key.
That's critical. Yeah.
And isn't it cool how like even though it's 4 versus 4, it actually feels way more action. Like you get more action in this 4v4 than in Destiny 1 with 6v6.
Yeah, that's what it seems. It feels like that a lot.
Like and in 6v6 it's weird because you're in a world, you're literally against 6 other players and there's 5 others with you, and sometimes you just run around, you're just like, all right, I can't find anybody. Like that literally happened in Destiny 1 for some weird reason. But in Destiny 2 it's 4 versus 4, but just like the way that they design the maps with the game modes, it really makes it like action packed the whole time.
That's true. I think maybe a lot of it was like when there's 6 people, and especially with the old meta versus D2, like you have a lot of 1v1 engagements. But under D2, you always have to kind of engage more strategically as a team. So maybe that's why it feels like there's like a lot more engagements or rushing. And there's a sense of urgency too. They have a point. Everyone's going to try and rush and get to the net, capture that flag. So I don't know. That's maybe that's why. I'm not too sure. But they did a really good job on the maps.
Really good job. Yeah. I mean, we just got to play, the 2 maps, but both of them felt good with their game modes. I mean, even Countdown was fun. For me, I got bored with Trials of Osiris, like the way that, like the essential game mode of elimination, 3 versus 3, unlimited revives and whatnot. I thought, like, there's no really objective to fight for. So you have some teams that will camp, some teams that just cheese it to win. But like the way that Countdown is set up, it's like, as a defender you might want to split up. As an attack you probably group up, or you might have a distraction or whatnot. But it seems way more strategical. There are some comeback mechanics with the way you play the power weapons. I mean, I really like the Countdown game mode. I think it's really cool, really fresh. All right, good talk. And then
I don't know what to add to that. That's so good. You covered everything, I thought.
Okay, so let's take a quick break and then we jump to the next part.
Okay.
So moving on, so you got to play all the classes. Did you try all the subclasses, Masaru?
I tried every single subclass, yes.
So after playing the beta for a good amount of time, what is your favorite class, like the class you want to play the most coming Destiny 2, the class and the subclass?
Well, obviously I'm a Warlock. I love to be a Warlock. So
exclamation Warlock.
Exclamation Warlock. After playing the 3 classes, I still am pulling more towards the Warlock. But I'm actually surprised because I really like the Voidwalker subclass. So I don't know, it seems more fun to me than the Dawnblade. The super like travels really well. And like it's so funny watching people run away and then it just tracks them. and I mean, even if they shoot it, it blows up, and then like there's like 3 smaller ones.
I think it's 4.
4 smaller ones that like track them, and so like you can hit like multiple people with it, even if it explodes. So I think it's always funny to watch it chase people.
Yeah, I mean, even though they call it the Slova bomb, I think it's overall that class is really, really good. I mean, it probably has one of the best neutral games out of all of them.
What are you planning on playing?
I think, even though a lot of them are good, I think I'm going to start off as a hunter, and I'm going to be a golden gun hunter, come Destiny 2 in the beginning, because I mean I want to be Arc Strider, but you know it's not really the best. But you know I always like Golden Gun. I thought it was always appealing, even though the super is shorter. It is kind of cool to shoot 6 shots. I like that throwing knife. You know, explosion. It's pretty good damage. But my favorite thing, the nades are pretty good too. Overall, like they're not overpowered or anything. But I really like that dodge mechanic. But if I did have to say one complaint from all the subclasses and all their new class abilities, I kind of wish the Hunter class ability was more team oriented and not just a selfish ability. Because like because the Titan has a shield. The Warlock can get healing or boost damage exactly, and the Hunter just does either a ballerina spin or just rolls out of there, and it doesn't really help the team at all.
I know who's selfish now. This meta,
That's right.
Now?
First it was you in Destiny 1 as self-res Warlock. Now it's me as the person who runs away. But
I can see the Golden Gun because like Arc Strider, you can sometimes you can just make it out, run away from them.
Yeah, they're pretty slow class.
Yeah, so I can see that Golden Gun. I see you get a lot of people with, so I can understand.
Even if people will cry out, you just gotta learn the combos for the Arc Strider class. You just gotta learn the combos. No, man, you're too slow. Your dodge takes up too much time, and it's kind of slow too. It doesn't really cover a lot of ground, and then people can just jump up into the air, or people can just melt you with their new secondary weapons, because they do elemental damage.
Yeah,
especially since Warlock seems to be very popular, and a lot of them use Wrist Runner, which is Arc, and that thing shreds Arc Striders left and right.
Just shreds them.
Just shreds
running
them.
Towards you, drill them, they're dead.
Shredded.
They can't even do nothing to you.
It's pretty much like me taking my fist and ramming my face into it over and over. That's what it's like trying to kill a Warlock with Risk Runner as an Arc Strider class. But I mean, the other classes, they really have cool skill or class abilities. Like the Warlock, as mentioned, you can heal your team. You can even give yourself an overshield, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's right, if you stay on it long enough. Yeah, and stay in place within that buff area.
Yeah, I mean, how are you using it in PvP, since you play a lot of Warlock?
Well, no, generally, we'll have one Titan, they'll place the shield, and then I'll place it behind there. So you can pretty much just crouch and develop the overshield, and then just drill people as they come along. And that seems to be doing pretty well. But even in 1v1 engagements, if you have that there placed, and then you start shooting at them, you'll pretty much win if you land your shot.
You'll most likely win.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you should win.
You should win.
But yeah, that's how I use it. I love the healing aspect of it. But I kind of noticed the empowerment buff isn't really that strong. I mean, it make a difference in engagements here and there, but I feel like the healing is a more, I guess, more crucial element to PvE and PvP.
It'd be so funny if because right now it takes 2 headshots, 2 body shots for a hand cannon to kill. But just imagine people actually try the empowerment riff and they realize, oh, this takes 3 hand cannon shots now to kill people. That could be the meta.
that you have a point there. Everyone's always looking for the fastest
time to kill.
Time to kill. Yeah, exactly.
And then also lastly, for the Titan class, they have the big shield or the small shield, and man, both of them are really good. I think it's the barricade and the rally shield, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
Both are really good. You can use it for both PvE and PvP. Very situational. Mm-hmm. But man, let's be honest. I mean, that thing. If you're on the other team and you see a red shield, don't run through that thing, because they can kill you.
Yeah.
You will get melted by that thing. You come out, you walk through that, you're pretty much 1 HP. You're 1 shot away from dying. It's crazy.
I know we finished we finished a PvP round. We just won, and then you're just walking through it, right?
Yeah.
And your health went down so much, it was crazy. I was like, damn, that's freaking insane.
Yeah, I was curious. I wanted to see how much damage it would do, right? So there was a red shield on the ground, and then you placed the healing rift for that team fight we had. And then I was on the healing rift, walking back and forth, and it still almost killed me. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was insane.
But I mean, like the shield, it's really cool. I mean, the big one, pretty much you can like zone areas. So maybe in countdown, say it's like, you know, a very important round, and you're trying to plant it in, you know, the rug room, right? For example, since we all played it, and you had two titans, you essentially could put two giant barricades to block both of those doors. And it's like, well, what, you know, they have to team fire it, but then now you can maybe shoot them on the outside as they're doing that.
Oh
And,
yeah.
and the small one, you can, you know, small is pretty good in PvP as well. Like if you get some decent high ground, you can out angle people so you can shoot. You don't have to reload and whatnot. But in PvE, oh man, that's gonna be, I think that's gonna be the new like DPS mechanic that we're gonna have to utilize in a lot of, you know, like a raid or something in the future.
Yeah, it's exactly because it seems like there's more ads too, and they hit pretty hard. So I mean, you're gonna need that cover. No, it feels like there's like a lot of like open areas.
There is.
So, yeah, so it's like you're gonna need it.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very useful, you know, whether you use the big one or the small one. You know, with the small
Yeah.
one you can do like more DPS because you don't have to reload. The big one you can just block up ads from shooting you a lot. But I mean, it really does show like its effectiveness. You know, when you're in that strike, you know, you place that rally shield, you can just keep shooting. You don't have to reload. You can have one guy just spraying down ads as the other two are just, you know, doing crazy DPS. So it's very cool. I really like the subclass. I really wish the hunter one was more team oriented. I mean, I still like it for what it can do. Like in PvP, I still think it's really good. I just wish it was a little bit better. I mean, the hunter's dodge will be good in PvE in the sense like if there's no rally barricade, then you can be like, say you have a rocket. Maybe that's not a good example. Maybe if you have like a really good sniper, right? You know, you snipe. You can do that hunter's dodge, and then you can keep sniping because it reloads your gun.
It reloads, yeah.
Yeah. So that could be a cool mechanic in the future. And then, you know, plus like, yeah, like chain doubles, we can, you know, decrease reload speed. But like, you know, overall, I think all the subclasses are pretty cool. Or all the class abilities are really cool. Really good addition. You know, it really kind of like focuses each class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's really cool. And then, I mean, we can talk about weapons. We don't have to talk about them all because a lot of people have opinions on it. But what is your go-to loadout for PvE? Oh, PvP, sorry.
PvP, PvP, I just pretty much stick with auto rifles, but I do have
the Scathe Lock, right?
Yeah.
The Scathe Lock, and is it the Phosphorus or the Wrist Runner?
The Risk Runner.
Oh, so auto submachine gun.
Yeah, auto submachine gun. It's so good. I like it a lot.
And then like when I play, you know, I use the Nightshade and sometimes the Minuet, but personally it's the Nightshade and the Phosphorus MG4. And I mean that off the bat just shows like there's diversity in like kind of weapon selection, you know, going to D2.
That's true.
I mean, because even the hand cannons, they're pretty decent. You know, they can match well with an auto rifle, with the scout rifle, with the pulse rifle. I feel like submachine gun hand cannons are kind of interchangeable depending on what you prefer. See, that's a big thing I think in D2. It's not about what's most well, it is always about what's most optimal, but I feel like it's about what you like, what feels perfect in your hand, what feels comfortable.
Yeah, it feels really balanced. The only thing is the sidearms. Yeah, like they're kind of like really bad right now, but
yeah, they're just, it's weird. They shoot weird. Their range fall off is huge. It's not like in D1 where they outrange the last word. They actually have 0 range in Destiny 2.
But you're right, like, you know, like in our PvP matches, you see a good mixture of like scout rifles, pulse rifles, hand cannons, auto rifles, you know, SMGs. Like it's really, it feels like it's really well balanced right now, and especially it's just the beta, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I would put pulse rifles like one notch up above everything just by a little bit because like it's not really their time to kill. It's more of their easy to use feature, you know, like it's a little bit easier to land consistent shots because it's like burst compared to an auto where you have to land each of those bullets on a head.
That's true.
But I think overall, like, yeah, they're all pretty balanced with each other, you know. They all have their own uses. They can be interchangeable, but yeah, it's really all about like what's comfortable for you. So I mean, like, before we, you know, end this whole you know, recap of, you know, the Destiny 2 beta, you know, the jelly thoughts, we can talk about pros and cons. I mean, if we start with PvE, what kind of pros did you see going to the beta or coming out of the beta?
Coming out of the beta, PvE?
Yes.
Well, they definitely, I guess a pro would be they really did increase the difficulty, but that could also be a con. I felt like D1, it was a little too easy at some points, especially like story missions. and the strikes.
Go
But
there, hold square. Go there, hold
yeah,
square. Kill 3 waves of enemies.
exactly.
Go there, hold square. Hey, good job.
But in D2, they really up the ante. They really up the difficulty, and I feel like that will fulfill a lot of people's needs for wanting it to be more difficult. You know,
That's-
cons for PVE definitely the supers.
yeah, the recharge rates, right?
The recharge rate it feels like it's just too long, and I know you're saying that it's probably since it's a beta that it's really slow, right? So
Yeah,
they
we can't give an accurate, critique about it yet because there are going to be armor pieces that will increase the recharge rates.
hmm. But
But
just off the
yeah,
bat, like yeah, I felt like in PvE especially, um, they could have been a little bit more generous with the supers, um, but that's about it for me with in terms of PvE. What about you?
I mean, it's very similar. I mean, for the pros, the worlds they feel huge. That strike, it feels like you're going to 3 different, complete like 3 areas that are just completely different from each other. Like they're all separated. It's almost like the Wrath of Machine raid where you have like that, that first part, the monitor ish, and then you have like that Zamboni area, and then the last part's like underground, and it's like 3 separate areas, and that's what the strike kind of felt. You start off with
Yeah,
that patrol,
huge.
then you go to that battle zone, and you go underground and you fight the Vex. I mean, like yeah, they're huge. The world feels way larger than before. Even though it might be the same, we don't know yet, but it just feels bigger. Way better textures. A lot. It was really cool how when you land in, you just see like the Cabal, the Vex, and then just the Fallen just fighting each other like crazy. It was like the enemies, descend upon each other, whatnot. That public event,
Oh yeah.
but like on crack, and that was really cool. And then they like, in the past in Destiny 1, that was always so easy. But like, man, when you try to kill them, oh, you can get
Oh
melted
yeah,
so
you get
easily.
wrecked. You get
Like that was cool. And then we checked out, the cool lost sector areas. That was really cool. Even though you can't get into it yet, I mean, you can kind of glitch your way in, but that's going to be a cool feature. I know IGN released a video today of how the patrol space has evolved since Destiny 1, and
Oh
that looks
really?
really cool. And then yeah, the overall like PvE looks like it's going to be much more harder, as Masaru said. It's going to rely much more on teamwork. um it's a lot of fun. The ads seem to be stronger. Though I will say that as a positive, I really like this double primary because in Destiny 1 you use your primaries a lot, right, to kill ads.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool to mix it up. You can have a scout auto, hand cannon auto, whatever you like, and that I always thought that was pretty cool. And plus the diversity, like that boss fight itself, like this is a strike, right? And we're already doing a 3-phase boss fight, and that's really cool. I really thought that was cool.
That's true.
You can only imagine like what a raid's gonna be. If a strike
I
boss is gonna
know.
start off like as void, teleporting around, shooting at you. Then in the next area, the floor disappears. He's in the middle. He's making the floor lava. Then the last area, he's like on the outside in the arc area shooting. Then he comes to the middle when he's about to die, trying to stomp you and stuff. Like that's really cool. It's very dynamic. It's not just stand here, shoot there. Hey, we did it. It didn't feel like that.
Yeah, it didn't.
Because if you did, you would die.
And on top of that, like some of the ads, like the enemies, they have like, I guess like they move you. Yeah, when they hit you, like they'll pop you up and like.
Yeah, they have
move
like, a
you
lot
to
of
the side.
CC.
So
it's
I could
weird.
imagine, like even just in the raids, like they might incorporate. They probably will incorporate those types of things and just like really penalize you for like staying in place or like where you gotta just keep on moving.
Yeah, just gotta keep on moving. It's really cool. But then, yeah, I guess as a con, I would say very similar. Like, it would be nice if the super recharge rate were increased. Maybe the abilities as well. I think it's an easy fix. To be honest, like just make it so that in the code, maybe I'm just gonna say it's easy, but maybe it's not easy. But pretty much when you kill, an enemy of dark, well, it's not enemy of darkness anymore. But when you kill like a fallen, taken, cabal, vex, whatever it is, a hive, it just gives you like more super energy than right now. Just increase that number, and then you don't have to worry about crazy amount of supers in PvP, right? You can just
Yeah,
focus
true.
on PvP or PvE, and I think that would be a nice fix. But yeah, that's like my biggest complaint really. It's just the slower recharge rate, because the supers are pretty cool. These new ones, these roaming supers, a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, they're really useful.
Yeah, really useful. And then I mean, I guess for PvP, you know, what did you think was cool, and what was the con?
PvP, let's see. Well, obviously, I liked it a lot. I thought they did a really good job with the maps, and then having like the user create strategies and communicate with their teammates. Um, hmm, what I didn't like about PvP, I don't know. That's tough. I can't really think of anything right now. Um,
If there was one
but
thing you could pick.
oh, one thing I could pick. Hmm. Um, Jeez. I don't know, because like I feel like the supers, they're they're they're, they're like really important in the PvP setting, and the longer recharge rates I feel like really make it feel like really reward you for doing well. Like sometimes you won't even get it if like the
If you do
your
bad.
teammates are doing really well, or like you're just getting wrecked. You know, and I feel like the supers have more, I guess, turning power of like changing the tides than in D1. So in terms of PvP, I think that I'm kind of on the fence about the supers. That might be the only thing that I'm kind of on the fence about. Is like the supers and the recharge rate. I'm not too sure where I stand on that yet. But I I really can't think of anything right now that I dislike.
So
About
really
the
good.
PvP. Yeah, so I mean, what do you dislike?
If I had to say something I disliked is maybe skill-based matchmaking. I felt in the beginning, in the first couple games, it felt really good, and then as after like 5 games, you're playing like some of the best people, like Sir Demetrius already. You're like, whoa, what? I don't live next to him. How come I'm playing him? Like, and then the next game, oh, Sir D again. Hello. And then you have Deadpool. Like, whoa, because skill-based matching really picked up like real fast.
That's true.
I mean, I don't mind the mix. It's nice when you don't have new players come in and get stomped by pros. But it would be better if it's a little bit more focused on connection-based matchmaking than skill-based. But I guess that's my one issue. But on the pros, I mean, okay, let me just vent right here. Let me just be real. Let's get real.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Let's get real.
Really real, huh?
What I like about Destiny 2 is that there's no gimmicks, no one-trick pony things anymore. You can't just randomly throw a fusion grenade and get a kill. You can't
that takes skill.
No, it takes no skill at all. Just because you turn around and someone's about to kill you with a shotgun, panic fusion. None of that anymore. If you get outplayed, you get outplayed. There's no one hit, shoulder charge. I mean, now you can, shoulder charge melee, but that takes some time, right? You can maybe kill them as they're doing that. It's not like turn around, shoulder charge, oh, you're dead,
Well,
but
movement is a little slower too.
Yeah,
so
movement is slower too.
Them coming at you.
Great
and
point.
Do something.
But like, there's none of that. There's none of this luck in the chamber. Well, at least that we know of so far. There's no luck in the chamber bull crap. There's no like, well, you have a god roll, I don't have a god roll. I'm better in shooting, but somehow your god roll, is the reason why you won that engagement. There's none of that crap anymore. I'm sorry, all you people who relied on it as a crutch, but it's gone. Maybe that's the reason why you don't like D2. It's fine. Lose my number. I don't care. Let's be real. If you're relying on those one-trick pony things, then sorry for you. But in Destiny 2, it's really about your ability to use your primary, your ability to work with your team, to come up with good strategy, and like that's how you win. The whole, I really like that dynamic of like, controlling certain points, when to attack, when to not. You only need one person to get a point. That's really cool. But like the whole thing of just working with your team, attacking at certain times, controlling the power is really big, and it's nice that both teams can get a power ammo, and it's only good for one person, and you kind of know what they have, right? So you can play around it. Oh, they have a shotgun, I better not go to these close corners. Oh, they have a sniper, I better stay out of sniper lanes. Like that's really cool. And yeah, it's just for the pros, I just like how they took away all the cheese, from Destiny 1 PvP. Like everything that we complained about, they took it away, and they made it good. So that's why when people complain about it, I don't understand. Like, you've been complaining for 3 years in Destiny 1. Oh, fusions, wah wah wah. Oh, shotguns, wah wah wah. Oh, snipers, wah. Shoulder charge, wah. And now they fix all these things, and I just think it's great. This is the game that the community's been trying to mold for the past 3 years in terms of complaints against the meta and whatnot. And this is, and it's maybe it's not perfect right now, but I think it's really good. It's in a good spot. There could be room for improvements. For beta, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
and
it's crazy.
I just cannot wait for the release of D2.
I can't wait either.
So I would say, if before we leave off here, I do have one complaint, and it's that I have to wait until September 6th to play this game. It pisses me off because I want to play right now and I don't know what to do until Destiny 1. But I can't wait. So good.
Yeah, that's gonna be hell. You got a taste of what's to come, and you really like it, and just wanna keep on going, but it's getting taken away. But it was extended for 2 more days, right?
So play while you can. I mean, it's so much fun. If you don't like it, fine. You don't have to play Destiny 2. But if you're gonna play Destiny 2, well, what can you do, right? Enjoy the game. It's a lot of fun. Great story. Play with friends always makes it fun. Expansive world. What more do you want?
Nothing. That's all you need.
Destiny 1. Oh, the strikes are too short. Destiny 2. Oh, the strikes are too long.
Way too long.
Way too
Come
long.
on. An hour for strike? Oh, man.
Okay, well, that's just Masaru and his stream days. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much our jelly thoughts for the beta. Overall, we think it's great. 11 out of 10 stars. I don't know. It's so good. We're probably gonna be playing more later on after this video. But
Of course.
you want to say anything before we leave?
No. I just play, have fun. That's about it from me.
Play the beta. Don't forget, we stream at 11 p.m. from Monday through Friday, and on the weekends it's kind of all over the place. But follow the Instagram, follow the Twitter to know when we're about to go live. Follow the channel. Subscribe for more content. Obviously, JellyCrewGaming, you guys are awesome. The Jelly Squad. Much support for these past couple of months. It's been great. Been loving it. We enjoy the streams. We enjoy all the positive vibes, and that's what this community is all about. It's like that jelly mentality is what we're trying to promote. Just great vibes, lots of fun. No toxic and stuff in our community. That's not what we're going for.
No toxic, man.
So don't be coming to our chat with complaints, with crying how you don't have your fusion anymore. And let's all have fun in Destiny 2 together.
Don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul. I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life. You'll see.
You're so good at this. I just think you should do a solo dolo, man.
Oh my god.
Seriously. Oh my goodness.
We should leave all this in.
Oh, frick that. No,
We just
you're
call
gonna
it-
make me look like a fool, man.
Because you are a fool.
I don't even know why I agreed to this. I'm not good at it.
Oh man.